Shalom, shalom, Akim. It's Brother Shalom here coming with a quick lesson. Honestly, this is not even a lesson. This is a little bit of an update. I'm going to play this video, probably bring out like 2-3 precepts. But this is something I've been bringing out in my videos previously, talking about, gun control and the reason behind gun control. We all know that America, one of the main reasons why America has never been taken over or overrun is because of the standing army. Because of that Second Amendment, the fact that man has a right to bear arms, and the whole purpose of the Second Amendment, I said this before, was to fight against the tyranny of the government, was to fight against the actual government and not just protection of your own personal self when it comes to other civilians, And like I said, another reason why America hasn't been, overrun or taken over, or, a war has never really taken place on this land by a foreign entity, is because of the fact that even if our armies itself is scattered around the world, the American population is its own standing army. We're the most armed to the teeth country in the entire world, man. But before I get into this, I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Kol Haloyim, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahah, Rakak Wadash. I want to say double honor to the elders and apostles and teachers of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. I want to say shalom to the elect and all those that are scattered to the four corners of the earth that are of the elect. I want to say shalom to you all. I want to say shalom to all the men that cry inside, that go out into the highways and the byways, to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom, to bid our people back to the marriage. To you, I want to say shalom. So we all know that in the past, let's see, let me look it up. Let me just look it up. How many mass shootings in 2022 USA? So I'm looking up on my computer right now. So it says there have been, and I just typed this in Google, brothers. It's on the Washington Post. It says there have been over 250 mass shootings so far in 2022. It says there have already been more than 250 mass shootings this year in the United States, according to the Gun Violence Archive. 38 have taken place since a rampage at an elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, left 19 children and 2 teachers dead on May 24th. Just this past weekend, mass shootings in multiple cities killed 11 and wounded more than 60. And this article came out June 8th. And as we speak, I believe there was like another 5 more mass shootings. And there's a calendar that you can find where it shows how many people died, how many mass shootings since the beginning of the year, which is in January. But I go to say this is because all of this stuff is orchestrated by the government as false flag attacks to have to sway the minds of the people with their witchcraft, which is the media, to believe in their agenda of taking the guns off the street so they can be justified in trying to take semi-automatic weapons and weapons off of the streets. And they're doing this because, to lay siege to a population or lay siege to a kingdom, you must do a few things to lay siege. You must cut off their resources, right? You got to cut off the food supply. So we've seen that with the tankers out on the shores and out on the coast. We've seen that with all the food processing plants that have been burning down. We see with the drought with the food. The drought is killing cattle and crops and low energy access with fertilizer and just diesel fuel being able to move products around the country. And we're also seeing that from a perspective of drought. And we're seeing that through pestilence, through all the different diseases that are being released on the populations from around the world. But we also can see that with gun control. I mean, one of the main topics that they've been trying to establish with the leftists, the left wingers, is gun control, man. The Democrats and gun control. The Biden administration has systematically been trying to push for complete gun control. Biden himself actually said he hates ammunition and guns, right? But I'm going to play this video, and I'm probably going to matter of fact, I'm going to bring out one precept, and I'm going to play this video, and I'm going to let this, I'm gonna let this speak for itself. I'm not gonna get too much into the scriptures. Just want to have some dialogue with you brothers. But let me get Let me get Sirach. And you brothers know this one. 12 and 10. It says, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou had wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Right? And be pricked therewith, man. And these words were given to us by Yahweh Shem Shai to understand, how to handle our enemies, man. And we know according to, let me put this on Do Not Disturb. And we know according to scriptures in Deuteronomy and Psalms 83, we know that the Most High let us know that all the other nations are our enemies, chiefly the Edomites, man. Those who have put us into captivity, man. Those who have ruled over us, man. And we also know about all the tumult and the basically the League of Nations that have come together according to Psalms 83. They had a crafty counsel against us. These are all our enemies, and never trust thine enemy, man. So you Jakes out there, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans who can't quite get the concept of having enemies. Every living organism on this planet has a natural enemy, a natural enemy. And so far, us as Hebrew Israelites, the chosen bloodline, the legendary bloodline, the only bloodline that matters at all, we have enemies of all those that envy us, man. So I'm going to bring out 13. It says, who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such come nigh wild beast? No one's going to pity you so-called blacks, Latinos, Americans, and you Babylonians when you sit here and you allow your leadership to steer the ship into destruction. And that's exactly what Biden is doing. They're literally systematically using their media to get you people to believe that we need gun control, that the Second Amendment should be disannulled, that no one needs guns anymore. We're safer than safe. But see, all of that's not true, man, because scriptures tell us about the great times that we're living in. It also tells us about how Esau is going to come in like a flood, man. It tells us how that the destruction and death, and if it's not by famine and plague, it's going to be by the sword. So now I'm going to go to this video, and I'm going to play this. I'm going to let this play out, and I'm probably going to bring out one more precept and let this go, brothers. But we've been talking about this, man, and now it's coming out. The wickedness of these so-called Edomites, these so-called white people, these Edomites are being shown, man, are being shown. But I'm going to let this play.
Biden has made it pretty clear he wants to take away our guns.
What do you think? The deer you're hunting or wear Kevlar vest? What the hell you need 20 bullets for?
A 9mm bullet flows the lung out of the body.
No amendment to the Constitution is absolute.
But while he tries to claw back at your Second Amendment, we're learning that he's quietly arming the government to the teeth. Federal agencies are buying up an unprecedented amount of ammo, but not for the FBI or the DEA. Agencies that we'd never even heard of are stockpiling ammunition like the apocalypse is around the corner. Do you know what the Railroad Retirement Board is? Doesn't matter. They spent thousands of dollars on 9mm bullets. Are we worried about train robberies? I'm not sure why an American taxpayer is buying retired conductors' bullets. The IRS is also loading up. They've spent $750,000 on ammo just this year alone. That's enough for a small army. I guess Zelensky has enough. The timing's strange. The country's going through an ammo shortage, and the government's buying up as many bullets as they can get their hands on. Is that related? Why is the Biden administration doing this? I don't know. Is Biden weaponizing the IRS again like Obama did against the Tea Party? What does an accountant at the IRS need a firearm for? I'm going to pay my taxes, guys. I swear. Don't shoot.
And I'm going to pause it right there. See, this is not about taxes, but look, think about it. Why are they arming the railroads, right? Because think about it. If fuel is completely shut down, right? If fuel is completely shut down, complete scarcity, and the grid goes out, America has an infrastructure of railroads, right? Where they can have goods and things moved all over the country. But you also got to think about the uprising of the people and the things that are going to be happening. So you're going to have to arm these things when people are going to start trying to go to these trains and take goods off the trains. You're going to have to arm these trains, man. It's going to be like the Wild Wild West out here. It's going to be like the Wild Wild West out here. But think about this, man. Why is Biden arming the IRS? Why is he arming the railroad stations? What is the? But he tells us with his face. He tells us, "Oh, I don't like I don't like ammunition. I don't like guns." But you sitting here, you're spending all this money taking up all the ammunition and guns. What is the purpose of it? And we know what the purpose is, man. To get rid of the Second Amendment, so he can come in like a flood with his personal. I'm gonna call it his personal guard or his personal army to wreak judgment and havoc on you people, especially when you cannot defend yourself. Think about a time when think of it like this. IRS already is raping people and the IRS is completely unconstitutional. So they're basically living above the law to begin with, right? And then now they're armed to the teeth. And I'm gonna play this video a little longer, but he's gonna describe, this guy's gonna describe about how the IRS can run into any building armed to the teeth, doing whatever they want. And literally, because the IRS is basically above the law, if you will, the jurisdiction only goes back to what? To the elite. So I'm gonna let this go.
So Matt Gaetz is a member of the Judiciary Committee, and he joins me now. So, Congressman, what the heck is going on here?
Call me old-fashioned, but I thought the heaviest artillery an IRS agent would need would be a calculator. Like, I imagine the IRS in green eye shades and cubicles, not busting doors down and emptying Glock clips on our fellow Americans. Certainly, it's troubling that in 2022 alone, the IRS has spent around $725,000 on ammunition. So here's the Biden plan: disarm Americans, open the border, empty the prisons, but rest assured they'll still collect your taxes, and they need $725,000 worth of ammunition apparently to get the job done.
I'm sure that.
Look, they're literally, these two Edomites are laughing about it, but they're telling you the truth in plain sight. They're literally letting you know, hey, they said they're gonna open the borders, empty out the prisons, right? That's a straight purge going on, right? Everybody, I'm pretty sure you brothers seen the first Purge. And if you didn't, go watch that. That was basically the same concept, right? Prisons were emptied and it was a forever purge in America, man. You know, but this infrastructure is being completely disabled from within, so they can implement their new world order, so they can implement their totalitarian control, man. And you people need to wake up. This shit is deadly serious, man. This shit is deadly serious.
Have a couple agents that are armed that like kick down the doors of some white collar criminals once in a while, right? But those aren't the guys that are going to kind of go out in a blaze of gunfire, right? These guys probably have lawyers. They'll probably, arrange something where they can walk in and get booked and leave.
Tax cheat isn't usually a term we hear alongside armed and dangerous, and there was a report that showed over a 10-year period, the IRS actually stockpiled $11 million worth of ammunition. That's why I'm working on legislation to put a total moratorium on the IRS buying ammo. I mean, when we used to talk about the IRS being weaponized, we were talking about political discrimination, not actual weapons for the IRS.
Do you think that there's a relationship between the ammo shortage in the country and the government buying up a lot of ammo?
Oh, undeniably, part of the strategy is that with one hand, the Biden regime is doing everything they can to suppress access to ammunition for regular Americans, while with the other hand, they are scooping up all of the ammo that they can possibly find. I'm not against stockpiling ammunition, but you shouldn't have to be a DC accountant to do it. You ought to be able to be a mechanic in Pensacola.
That's true. All right, well, I know I'm getting audited after I pushed for the Pelosi mugshot. So, guys, if you come get me, it's fine. I'm unarmed. I swear. Congressman Matt Gaetz, thanks so much for joining Primetime.
Thank you, Jesse.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
See, it's all a joke. It's all a joke until it's all over, man. But what is the point? So look at the strategy. Take the guns on the streets, put in sanctions so you can't buy ammunition and guns, and then go behind the scenes and buy it all up from you so you can't have access to it. Why are you doing that, though? See, there's no reason for creating a weapon if you're not going to use it. And they're literally creating a disparity of the ammunition and weapons so they can be used on a population in public, man. Esau is going to come in like a flood, but us as men of the Lord, us who believe in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah, we're given these words here. And I'm going to end it with this precept here. Isaiah 59:19, so shall they fear the name of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah shall lift up a standard against him. And see, that's what we got to look forward to, man. Apostle Hart brought this out. But that standard that's going to be, because our captivity is over. We don't have to worry about going back into captivity. So the Most High is going to show his marvelous power through his men. When that standard is raised, when that spiritual power is put on brothers, man, it doesn't matter what kind of army Esau brings, what kind of weapon Esau uses against us, it won't prevail, man. And we have to have faith that Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah is going to be true to this. But we know he's not a man of lie, and everything that he says always comes to pass, man. So with that, I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahafrak Akwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect.